Okay, now I believe we've gotten enough practice typing it in this way, so I'm going to show you the shortcut method so we can get through our notes a little quicker today. This is probably what you're going to want to use on your test day anyways. Now, first we're going to look at our pieces and describe what we know. So we have an A, that's a sneaky 1 again, right? It wasn't written, so it's a sneaky 1. That's where our intercept should be, and it opens up because it's positive. Now let's look for our H. This time we do have an H. Our H says -1. But X lies, right? So that means we're going to not move to the left 1, we're going to move the right 1 space. And then we look and we don't have a K. So K is equal to 0, so your asymptote is at Y equals 0. All we got is from that equation breaking it down. Now let's put it in our table. So go to your Y equals and type this in exactly. 4 raised to the X minus 1, and then hit graph. So this is what our graph should look like, and we can see that our intercept was at 1 and it moved 1 to the right. So our intercept was not at 1. It is scooted over to there. It's at 1, 1 instead of 0, 1. But our intercept is somewhere between 0 and 1. It's going to be really hard to determine the exact value without the table. So we can go second table, and now we can get all of our points directly from here. So at -2, it's going to be 0.0156. At -1, 0.0625. At 0, you get +1. 2, you get 4. There we go. Sorry about that. I missed one category, so I just fixed it. Over here, when we're graphing it, the first one, -2.156. So -2 and 0.0156 should be really, really tiny. Put about, maybe right about there. Just barely above the line. 0.0625, that's really small, but it should be a little bit higher than the last one. So just show it's a little higher. At 0, you got 0.25, so that should be at about 1/4, but a little higher than the last one. Then we've got 1, 1, and 2 up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's our line, and your asymptote is right here at Y equals 0. So how is this different from the graph of 4x? It is just horizontal shift, and it goes 1 to the right. That's the only difference. It's all the same points, so just moved 1 over to the right. And you can look from right here to the one we started on, 0, 1, and now it's at 1, 1. And we can check all of the points and see they're just 1 moved over. If I go into Y equals, and we'll type in just 4 to the X for number 1, and then 4 to the X minus 1, we can see in our graph that from the blue to the red, it's the same graph, it's just moved over 1, and then you can confirm it in your table by seeing all your values should be 1 over from the next one. You guys see that? All the way through. All right, let's go to the back. Now we've got 4 to the X plus 2 plus 3. So let's go through. Once again, we have a missing A. It's positive, so it opens up. We do have an H. Our H equals 2. And remember, x lies, so it's going to go 2 to the left. And then we do have a k value. Your k value equals 3. So your asymptote is at y equals 3, and it's a vertical shift up 3. So, to save us some time, we're going to do the same thing we did last time. We're going to go into our y equals. I'm going to leave 4x so I can confirm the translation right there, and I'm going to type in 4 to the caret x plus 2. Then I've got a right arrow down. I'm going to put plus 3. And then we'll hit graph just to see what the graph would look like. So this one, it needs to move to the left 2. It did move to the left, and then it goes up 3. It did go up 3. We can go second table, and we can get our values here. So at -2, we need positive. Sorry, this one starts at -4, so I'm going to scroll up to that. -4, we've got 3.0625. And then 3.25. And then 4, 7, and 19. Just plot all the points that will actually fit. So at -4, it goes up 3, and then 0.0625, so about right there. -3, it goes up 3, and then 0.25, so a little bit higher. And -2, it goes up to 4. -1 goes up to 7, so 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 0 goes up to 19, that's off my graph. So here's my exponential. And once again, your asymptote's at y equals 3, so put a dashed line at 3, and write y equals 3, so we label it. How is this graph different from 4? Well, it did a horizontal shift. That was 2 to the left, and vertical shift, that was 3 up. I'm going to stop the video here. We've only got 2 examples left.